The vanilla extract industry has a dirty little secret they're hoping you never discover. Half the bottles on that baking aisle shelf are straight up garbage. While you've been grabbing whatever's cheapest or whatever's at eye level, some brands have been selling you alcoholic disappointment in a plastic bottle, banking on the fact that you won't read the label or do the math. Here's the thing, that $4 bottle of pure vanilla might actually cost you $12 per effective ounce when you factor in how watered down it is. And that 75-cent imitation, you're literally baking with petrochemicals. So let's talk about the 8 vanilla extract brands ranked from absolute worst to actually worth your money, because your cookies deserve better than chemical warfare in a bottle. Hit that subscribe button because we're about to save you from some seriously regrettable vanilla. Number 8, Great Value, Walmart. Pure vanilla extract. Great value, pure vanilla extract. Promises to be exactly what the name suggests, great value. The execution, however, reads more like financial punishment disguised as savings. What you're actually getting is a thin, harsh liquid that tastes overwhelmingly of alcohol with only the faintest whisper of vanilla. Customers consistently describe it as tasting like pure alcohol. The aroma reeks of harsh ethanol, and some bottles arrive smelling downright rancid. At 41% alcohol content, that's 82 proof, they're padding the bottle with cheap booze instead of actual vanilla beans. At $3.94 per ounce, Great Value costs nearly double what Food Lion charges for comparable pure vanilla. Customer reviews are brutal. One home baker compared it side by side with Watkins and found they were absolutely nothing alike. Quality control is a nightmare too. Bottles frequently arrive half full or completely leaked out. Walmart banks on shoppers assuming store brand equals cheaper. But when you have to use 2 to 3 times the recipe amount to get any noticeable vanilla flavor, you're actually paying $8 to $12 per effective ounce. You're paying $4 for what amounts to vanilla-scented rubbing alcohol. Number 7, Kroger, imitation vanilla flavor. Kroger, imitation. Vanilla flavor doesn't even pretend to be the real thing. The label legally can't call it extract because there are exactly 0 vanilla beans involved in its creation. At approximately 75 cents per ounce, it's the cheapest option on this list. What you're getting is a chemical concoction that tastes aggressively artificial, one-dimensional sweetness with a harsh synthetic finish. The flavor profile is flat, cloying, and reminiscent of cheap scented candles. The aroma is plasticky and synthetic, completely lacking warmth. The aftertaste lingers with a medicinal chemical bitterness. The ingredient list tells you everything: artificial flavor, water, propylene glycol, and sugar. The artificial flavor is vanillin synthesized from wood pulp, literally a byproduct of paper manufacturing. A propylene glycol is the same ingredient used in antifreeze, though this is food grade. The added sugar exists solely to mask the chemical taste. Kroger is preying on shoppers who see $3 versus $12 and don't bother reading the fine print. They're banking on customers not understanding the difference between extract, made from actual vanilla beans, and flavor, made in a lab from wood pulp. This is a science experiment masquerading as a baking ingredient. Number 6, McCormick, Premium Imitation, Vanilla Extract. McCormick, Premium Imitation, Vanilla Extract occupies a strange middle ground. It's imitation vanilla trying really hard to seem respectable by slapping premium on the label. What makes this particularly interesting is that it actually won blind taste tests for pudding and frosting, but lost decisively when heat got involved. You're getting a strong, recognizable vanilla flavor, but it comes with a harsh chemical aftertaste that pure vanilla doesn't have. The taste is one-dimensional. Tasters described it as flat. The aroma is boldly vanilla up front, but alcohol and artificial notes creep in on the back end. America's Test Kitchen found it contains 15 times more vanillin than pure extracts. That's why it tastes stronger in uncooked applications. But pure extract has 300 to 400 flavor compounds, while this has maybe 1 or 2. It's like comparing a single trumpet to a full orchestra. Technically the same note, completely different experience. In blind taste tests, McCormick's imitation won in pudding and frosting where vanilla isn't cooked, but lost in cookies and cakes where heat drives off that singular vanillin compound. McCormick is leveraging decades of trust from their spice line to sell you an inferior vanilla product. They're banking on brand loyalty overriding ingredient scrutiny. This is corporate. Vanilla having an identity crisis. Number 5, Watkins, Pure Vanilla Extract. Watkins has been in the vanilla game since 1868. What sets Watkins apart isn't flashiness or premium marketing. It's straightforward reliability at a price point that doesn't inspire guilt every time you double the vanilla in a recipe. What you're tasting is clean, straightforward, genuine vanilla. Spork's blind taste test specifically praised it as the most simply and genuinely of vanilla with absolutely zero detectable aftertaste, which is remarkably rare. The flavor is mild but authentic, adding a layer of sweetness and depth while somehow simultaneously lightening the overall profile. Here's where Watkins gets interesting. The price varies wildly. 2 ounces cost $5.50 per ounce, overpriced and not recommended. But the 32-ounce bulk bottle drops to $2.69 per ounce, exceptional value for pure vanilla. The sweet spot is the 8-ounce double-strength formula at $1.75 per ounce. The zero aftertaste finding is huge. Most extracts, even good ones, leave some kind of finish. The double strength and bulk offerings show Watkins understands that serious home bakers need volume without bankruptcy. Watkins is the Honda Accord of vanilla extracts. Dependable, affordable, gets you where you need to go without drama. If this is already changing how you shop for vanilla, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the top picks. Number 4, Rodell Pure Vanilla Extract. Rodell has been in the vanilla business since 1936, and unlike other spice companies that treat vanilla as one product among 300, Rodell specializes almost exclusively in vanilla. The result is a vanilla extract with a personality, bold, unapologetic, and occasionally polarizing. This vanilla refuses to whisper. The flavor is aggressively vanilla forward, almost syrupy in texture, with sweet and creamy notes layered over. Surprising, salty, savory undertones. Spork's taster described the experience as taking a ride to Flavortown, with the pudding tasting like marshmallow crossed with sea salt caramel and being almost alarmingly salty, but in a good way. The aroma is noticeably darker and more fragrant than competitors, almost perfume-like in intensity. The color is visibly darker than most extracts, a deep, rich brown that signals serious vanilla content. At $2.57 per ounce for an 8-ounce bottle, Rodell costs less than Simply Organic and is competitive with Nielsen Massey's retail pricing. In blind taste tests, reactions were polarizing. Some loved the bold profile, while others found it overpowering. One tester asked if bourbon had been added instead of vanilla. Rodell succeeds by being different in a market where most vanilla tries to be inoffensive. They're banking on bakers who want their vanilla to make a statement. Rodell is vanilla extract with a personality. Love it or find it exhausting. Number 3, Simply Organic Pure Madagascar Vanilla Extract. Simply Organic Pure Madagascar Vanilla Extract isn't just vanilla, it's vanilla with a mission statement. Certified organic by QAI, kosher by KSA, and gluten-free by GFCO. This extract marketed itself as the choice for conscious consumers. Cooks Illustrated voted it the #1 vanilla extract in 2018. The taste is rich, smooth, and naturally sweet without added sugar. Customers describe buttery undertones with subtle floral notes and warmth. The aroma is deep and inviting with a gorgeous amber color. There's no harsh alcohol burn, no chemical aftertaste, just clean vanilla flavor. At $3.50 to $4.50 per ounce depending on bottle size. Simply Organic sits firmly in premium territory. The ingredient list is refreshingly simple. Organic vanilla bean extractives, water, organic alcohol at 35%. 3 ingredients. The sourcing story is compelling. Small-scale farmers in Madagascar organized into self-governing cooperatives perform the blanching and curing themselves. The process takes over a year from hand pollination to final curing. And get this, organic vanilla represents only 15% of the world's total vanilla supply. Simply Organic succeeds by making customers feel good about their purchase on multiple levels. You're helping Madagascar farmers, avoiding GMOs, supporting organic agriculture. Simply Organic costs more until you realize you're paying farmers in Madagascar instead of chemists in New Jersey. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel reach other bakers who need this info. Number 2, McCormick, All Natural Pure. Vanilla Extract McCormick. All Natural Pure Vanilla Extract is the flagship product that the company stakes its entire reputation on. This is McCormick saying we're a spice company and we're going to prove we can do vanilla better than anyone at our price point. Sporkhead's taster wrote luxuriously strong and noted the extract transcends the bounds of my own vocabulary. The flavor is assertive but true, genuine vanilla without veering into artificial territory. It transforms simple pudding into something that tastes like a bowl of melted vanilla ice cream. The kitchen's testers found that frosting made with McCormick tasted noticeably creamier and more buttery than competitors. Here's the kicker. It wasn't just more vanilla forward, it made the other ingredients taste better. The aftertaste is a very sweet finish that lingers as what one tester called a happy memory of that lovely recent spoonful. At approximately $3.50 per ounce for the 4-ounce bottle, McCormick Pure sits in mid to premium territory. Sporked named it Best Vanilla Extract, beating out Nielsen Massey, Rodell, and Watkins in blind testing. America's Test Kitchen declared it the overall winner back in 2009. McCormick knows this product is the linchpin of their entire baking aisle credibility. They succeed by converting former store brand loyalists who try McCormick once and suddenly understand what they've been missing. McCormick Pure is proof that sometimes the name brand actually earns the extra $2. Number 1. Nielsen Massey, Madagascar Bourbon. Pure vanilla extract, and Nielsen Massey has been obsessed with vanilla since 1907. 118 years of a family refusing to diversify into anything else. Just vanilla, perfected across 4 generations. What separates Nielsen Massey from literally every other vanilla on this list is their proprietary cold extraction process, which takes weeks instead of hours and preserves 300 to 400 plus complex flavor compounds that heat extraction methods destroy. They hand select premium grade A Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans, rejecting more beans than they actually purchase. The taste is rich, creamy, sweet, and mellow with velvety aftertones. The kitchen's blind testers noted an unexpected citrusy brightness, an intriguing zip that added dimension. The aroma is like slicing open a vanilla bean, warm, floral, and fruity notes. The finish has multiple acts, initial sweetness, middle complexity, and a long vanilla finish with warm spice notes. Retail pricing ranges from $2.75 to $4.50 per ounce. But here's the Costco hack. A 2-pack of 8-ounce bottles goes for $34.99 on sale, which works out to $2.19 per ounce, cheaper than Rodell. Professional bakers describe it as absolute best vanilla, liquid gold. The cold extraction process preserves 300 to 400 flavor compounds versus 100 to 200 in heat extracted vanilla. It's like the difference between fresh squeezed orange juice and concentrate. This is what happens when a family spends 118 years perfecting one thing. Nielsen Massey is expensive until you taste cookies made with great value. Then it feels like a bargain. Here's what nobody tells you about vanilla extract. The most expensive option isn't always the best, but the cheapest option is absolutely always the worst. The difference between bottom shelf alcoholic regret and top tier liquid treasure comes down to whether companies are prioritizing profit margins or actual vanilla beans. Great value proved that pure is a legal designation, not a quality promise. While Nielsen Massey showed what happens when 4 generations refuse to compromise, McCormick's imitation line demonstrated that chemistry labs can mimic vanilla's loudest note but miss the entire orchestra, while their pure line proved brand names sometimes earn the premium. Read the ingredient list, not the marketing. If it's got propylene glycol, you're baking with antifreeze's cousin. If it's got 41% alcohol, you're paying for vodka, not vanilla. And if the price seems too good to be true, like 75 cents an ounce, it's because you're buying wood pulp byproducts, not actual food. Hit subscribe if this changed how you'll buy vanilla extract, and drop a comment telling us which brand you swear by.